Hello and welcome to Wake Up and Smell the Mic S&P 500 review for Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. It's now the 9th. We start off in the S&P 500 daily chart in DeMark looking back to end of December 2021. I'll zoom into the current area with everything turned back on except megaphone. Please see video 492 for explanation of megaphone. The S&P 500 daily chart has printed the combo and sequential sell setup 2 count. And to negate that for end of day on the 10th, there must be a close below 4061.22 for the price flip to the buy setup count 1. And price for the 9th just about nailed the conversion line and baseline for a low, and it closed right above it for a close. So that was pretty good support today. Let's see if it's good support for tomorrow, as CPI report is at 7:30 a.m. Central Time and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and a report that deviates from the lame downward trend of inflation will send this into a tizzy to the downside. If it continues the slight downward trajectory for inflation, then this has a chance of having some upside for tomorrow. And it's more than likely that the debt limit talks will go to the brink. I don't know exactly when the brink is. I think Janet Yellen said June 1st. So traders and investors and just about everybody else in the world are a little nervous about that. And we get sent to the upside. A close above the 50% momentum up for propulsion will qualify that end of day on the 10th. Keep going and really blast upwards, and closes above these ongoing supply lines will qualify those too. And support to the downside if it gets past the conversion and baseline, which are now traveling neck and neck here, would be the trend factor disqualified down 1 and the ongoing demand line, which for the 10th will be at 4067.72, and closes below those two levels will qualify them respectively. Keep going, and there's the lower Stark band, and then the channel 3 low, which has been going sideways along with the conversion line and baseline. However, it's way down here. And the S&P 500 weekly chart looking back to the COVID crash era. I'll zoom into the current area now. And there is support around the 4,000 area in the weekly chart, starting with its channel 3 low. Conversion line is around that area, baseline is around that area, and the 39 mid-band of the Bollinger Bands, mid-band is right there too. And that's a 39 simple moving average, and both upper and lower bands are one standard deviation, so it's a 39 to 1 Bollinger Band. And the weekly chart has already experienced the price flip to the buy setup count 1. We have to give it to the end of the week, end of day Friday, to see if it can stay above 4137.64 to keep the sell setup 8 count. If not, then we've had the price flip, and that will be very disappointing. And I would start thinking about that 4,000 area down here. And the NASDAQ 100 NDXHILO is still the one with all the action going on in it. The other two, the NASDAQ Composite and the New York High Low, look as the same as the last video, so see the last video that mentioned those. And there's really some crazy action going on here with the 5 EMA in blue and the red 10 EMA. You can see the blue 5 EMA just about even in the thumbnail with the red 10 EMA. It's just slightly below it, so no crossover to the upside for that. And the Rock 12 actually ticked down. It's right around 0. So it has a good chance of crossing back up above the red line, the blue above the red. And if that happens within plus or minus 5 of 0 for the Rock 12, I'll look to buy. It's getting more difficult every day to find big tech individual equities that are doing well and worth buying. And buying the broad index QQQ is really not worth it. I use that QQQ for shorting. When there's a downdraft in the Qs, it's really pronounced. For uptrend and updrafts, it's not that great. You got to look at individual equities, and it's getting really hard to find decent ones. The S&P 500 support and resistance levels big board chart shows the gray areas at the daily conversion line, daily baseline, 20 simple moving average, S1, the pivot point, and R1. And price in the aftermarket hours for the S&P 500 at 5:48 p.m. on the 9th is 41.22. So to the downside is 41.01, the weekly diamond bottom, perfect uptrend channel, and then it's down into the 4,000 zone, and the closest one is the 50 EMA, and under that is the 50 EMA. Weekly 65 EMA is near there. Daily Bollinger Band, lower band is above that. And you can see the rest here. Lower Stark Band 40.44. 40.68 has some areas. There's the demand line, blast through all of that, and then it's down to the 4,000 area. Conversion line 26 bars back concerning the lagging line 40.22. Top of the cloud, bottom of the cloud, and baseline 26 bars back concerning the lagging line, all in that area there. S&P 500 daily AD lines went under its 21 EMA signal line, as did the daily NASDAQ 100 AD line, went under its 21 EMA signal line by a half a point or so. And the Rock 1 is still right at 0 just about. It's at negative 0.46. And the ATR2 is right in the middle of its green zone, well into the low volatility area, 32.40, and pointed down. PPO Extreme took a little bump down there. And the New York traditional McClellan breath oscillator to get back to 0, and went down significantly below 0 from the day before. It would take 1,116 advancers over decliners to get back to 0, just about double where it was yesterday. Have a great day.